It's funny you said that whole the back in the day thing. And I love it when white people say that because it's like back in the day.
Shit.
Let's see, the 50s, the 60s.
How
old is your grandpa?
Man, my granddad was 65 when he died. So think about it.
So 21.
Exactly. There's still people. Hey, they talking about back in the day. Literally, back in the day was yesterday for some people.
Grandfather was probably calling people nigger and yelling shit up and down the road.
Exactly. And then on top of that too, look, my grandma, she was born in the 40s. So think about it, what she been through. Segregated schools.
World War II.
World War II. She seen a little bit of everything. And look, they were raised here in Florida, which is a racist place too. When I say racist,
absolutely.
Florida is one of the most racist places of them all. And look, it's so funny because the Latinos down there, they be thinking like, oh yeah, we this, that, and the third. They could raise more than white people, bro. They trying to turn you away from your own race. Y'all Latino people are black too. the main people that started the Mabamba, they were African. They come from African roots.
It's hella fucking Hispanics down in South Florida, bro. Cubans especially.
And that's the main one.
For the white man like they are them. But at a moment's glance, if it came down to it, the white people would be able to pick you out the crowd and tell that you Hispanic and kick you out.
Exactly. The same people that are trying to get you the fuck out of here are the same people you glorify and raising. Look, these white people been in control for like 400 years. And
Shit, longer than that, man.
No, really 400 years. Because look, before that, think about it. European people, blah, blah, blah. They started coming over 400 years ago, around 400 years ago, a little bit over. But if you're going by their history, because they always been in control, because they try to whitewash the rest of the history. They whitewash the black person out of the history. Those stories that they talk about are about us. The cowboys, they're really originated with us. Country music, us. Rock and roll, us. Anything dealing with like technology, everything else started with us. The jewels, the gold, the jewelry. That's the reason why jewelry don't look good on white people.
Not at all. That shit just
it's not. It's like, bro. Yeah, it seems like they perpetrating. Because to be honest, I know I'm offending some people, but I'm sorry I got to say this. The reason why certain stuff don't look good on y'all because it's not meant for y'all. Black people, when they put it on, it look like royalty and everything, and it looks so natural. That's why because that's what we are. We're the kings and queens. We're the rulers of this world. But they kind of rewrote the history books and took out some of these libraries back in Egypt and made more Egyptian look like. You seen the mummy? That Egypt's in Africa, y'all.
Ain't nobody that white. Not in Africa.
Egypt's in Africa.
Maybe South Africa, but that's a genetic division. Something wrong with them niggas.
And even in science, think about this. What is a recessive gene? Blue eyes. Pale skin.
Long hair.
So if it's a recessive trait, and what that means, that's because look, you can take a black person and get a white person out of it. You know that, right? You can get albino out of a black person.
That's rare.
It's rare, right? But at the same time, can a white person and a white person make a black person? We are the creators. But being black in this world, we lost our history. We lost our identity. We lost everything we were given. We lost our birthright.
And honestly, we can't even blame ourselves because the winner writes history. And even before they started exploring the rest of the world, they was conquering using Christianity, using the Crusades, and saying,
Vikings.
You different than me. Oh, even the Vikings, like,
exactly.
You different than me, you ain't got the same ideologies. I'm gonna kill your people, I'm gonna take over your land.
And rape your women.
Rape your women, rape your children, reteach your history, say that you was the savages and we was just defending ourselves. That's the trend in history. Even to this day, they still using I was just defending myself excuse.
Exactly.
It's in their fucking genes, bro. How many times you done got into it with a white woman? And as soon as some chick gets sick, she start playing the victim.
And cry. And look who decided they take on. To be honest, white women are the worst people in this world. White men, they're bad, but...
White man number 1A, and white woman 1B.
No, actually no, because I say white women go ahead of that, and this is the reason why. Because Emmett Till, for instance, the white woman, he whistled at her. And, she cried, blah, blah, blah. And then they hung, killed him, and everything else, too. A white woman can cry and can kill a masses of people. A white woman cry is heard around the world. Think about that white girl that was trending, that TikTok star that went missing.
I forget her name.
I can't forget her name.
The one who got killed by her boyfriend?
Yeah.
And they were doing that mass hunt for her all over the country.
Yeah.
You know how many black women it is?
Exactly.
And people of color, women missing, children even, like 15-year-old girls missing. There ain't no national manhunts for them. That's because they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck about, look, they do not give a fuck about black people. Literally,
They might be the ones kidnapped, but honestly,
they are.
reselling organs,
Half the
selling them
shit,
into sex trafficking.
half the shit that they be trying to downplay is shit that be really going on. Cause literally, think about it. How the hell you got all this technology, all this stuff that so-called can do this, that, and third? How the hell you can't find what been happening to these women that have been going missing? A lot of I'm gonna start saying black. Us melanated people are the main people that go missing. The same main people get raped. The main people get taken advantage of. The main people all this, that, and the third. Like, bro, they say, oh, y'all always playing the victim role. No, bro, y'all are literally doing still the same shit y'all was doing back in slavery. You're killing our young men and you're raping our women and leaving us to deal with the trauma afterwards. And it's kind of hard to rebuild after that. And like, it comes to psychology, bro.
It's been through so many generations, bro. Generational trauma is real, first of all.
Facts.
It's been through so many generations that's just kind of instilled in you. You walk down the sidewalk, and a white person, especially an old white lady, she'll see you from 20 feet away, and she ain't even gonna try to get out the way. She just gonna expect you to move.
And she'll finish her person on the same time too. And
Like I want that bullshit.
And look, I would play chicken with a white woman any day of the week. You think I'm gonna move, but then if I don't move, you're gonna be like, oh, he pushed me down. I have fallen, I can't get up. Like, bro, you had it. Bro, it is.
White women don't do nothing but play the victim, and that's just sad. But
Yeah, that part. That part. And it's I'm sorry to say it, but
don't be sorry.
well, you're right, don't be sorry, because you know, I'm tired of holding my tongue. I'm tired of like trying to play both. Nah, I can't play both sides. Y'all want to be with black people, but you don't want your family to know that you're with black people. So you cry wolf after the fact. You know what I mean? Black lives got fucked over because the white girl cried victim, and she was the one that initiated stuff and this, that, and third. And like these guys go away for like lives, like 20 something years, and then they finally get free after she admit that, oh, nothing's really happened. And nothing really happened to her in the first place. Look, a woman can lie on the stand, a white woman can lie on the stand, get away with it, and won't have no repercussions. But let it be any of us melanated people. We won't even get a chance to court. They in court. They want to take it back. Like,
And like, a bit of that got to do with money, but
Yeah.
when you build a whole country for yourself to be set up for not just you, but your children's children and their grandchildren to always have a good life.
ooh. But look, that's
You
ain't
can't
right.
do shit about that.
And look, in this country, they ain't even have to do no building. I really feel like we already had this thing built, and they just came over and just took what was ours and put us in these slave camps, look.
It wasn't built before we got
Exactly.
here. You know who did the building?
We did.
Us.
Exactly. Actually, and look, and